So you do a lot of texting. Um, Everything you do is by text. I have some friends who would prefer you text them than call them, um, and it seems to be it's becoming more and more the standard of how to communicate with people in this modern age. But recently, last few months, there's been some negative press about texting. Of course, you've got the bans on texting and driving, which probably aren't a bad thing because texting while you drive is not necessarily a good thing. There's also, I read an article recently about the demise of the dating scene because of so much texting and impersonal connections that it's tearing down that social interaction. And how many of you have been out with a friend, a family member, and they spent most of their time texting, and you feel like, wait, we're supposed to be talking to each other. And let's not talk about the times where you text each other while you're sitting at the same table. Now, sometimes you do that when you're playing board games to make fun of somebody else. But anyway, the overall thing is that texting has gotten some bad rap in recent months. But I'm here to announce a good thing with texting here in Greenville County. Uh, Sheriff Dwight Loftus, the sheriff of Greenville County, has just announced that Greenville County will be the first county in South Carolina to have text to 911. This has been implemented and it is using the Verizon network first. So those you folks who have Verizon as your carrier, you'll be able to use the text to 911. Basically, rather than making a phone call to 911, you'll be able to text to 911. Now, for some of you who are like, just make the phone call. Well, and that's true. The sheriff does say that calling 911 is more efficient than texting. But he makes the case that for the deaf and hard of hearing, texting is a better way. And if you're in a crime situation where you're not able or it's not advantageous for you to be talking, for example, someone breaks into your home and you're barricaded yourself in a closet, talking on the phone, not necessarily a good idea. So you'll be able to text a 911. Now, again, it is less efficient because they're able to get more information from the talking rather than the texting, although some people might disagree with that. But they're able to track where you are so they could send police if you're not clear in your text on a phone call more easily than in a text. So the sheriff still recommends that if you can, call 911. Now, as I said, Verizon is the only carrier currently being used. The other carriers are quickly working on getting involved and being able to be used. You'll be able to use them to text 911. So that's a good thing for texting. I'm glad to see technology, like law enforcement, catch up with technology. I think sometimes we find in laws, as well as in law enforcement and other things, that we lag behind in technology. But this is a good thing. So I congratulate the Greenville County Sheriff's Department and Verizon Wireless for this text to 911. And just a hint, AT&T, hurry up, because that's what I have. All right, folks, you can listen to our podcast weekly at canIGetAWordIn.com, or you can go to iTunes and download Another Voice with Eric and Friends. You can go to our Facebook page at Another Voice with Eric and Friends. And that's the way to get in touch with us. We'd like to hear from you. I'll put some comments down in the comments below what you think about this idea of text to 911 or anything else. And I want to remind you that Saturday, November 23rd, this coming Saturday, is the Who Cares More, Tigers or Gamecocks, food drive rally. We're doing one last push to get more food donated. We got about 500 pounds of food donated. We're trying to reach 1,000. And we're going to be out at McAllister Square in the parking lot between Camelot Theater and the square, unless, of course, it rains, and we'll be inside the square in front of the radio station, WOLI. And we want you to come out and bring your donations to support Clemson or Carolina, or if you don't want either of those, there'll be boxes for you there. We want you to do that. We're also going to have Loaves and Fishes and maybe one or two of the groups that actually will get the food. So you get to meet those folks. And then our local business partners who've hosted boxes for the whole drive. We want you to meet them and take advantage of what they sell or offer. There'll be live music, some prizes. It's going to be a good time. That's 2 to 5 on this Saturday, November 23rd at McAllister Square. You can go on Facebook on Another Voice with Eric and Friends and find information about it there. All right. Until we talk again, get out in your community and make a difference.